Breaking news. Y'all thought the love and hip-hop circus had closed for the season? Think again, because Kirk Frost just walked into court like a man with nothing left to lose. And baby, he did not come empty-handed. Oh no, he came swinging. With screenshots, voice notes, and a set of text messages so wild, even Judge Judy would have paused the gavel. And the target? None other than his own wife, Kendra. Yes, that Kendra. The I'm too classy for this queen who's been preaching loyalty while allegedly playing backstage chess with the industry's finest. But wait, did you hear about the hotel keycard with the wrong initials? The late night voice memo whispering, "I can't let Kirk find out?" Or the assistant who quit mid-filming and went viral saying, "I'm not covering for her anymore?" This isn't just messy. It's a full-blown emotional demolition, and Kirk's got the blueprints in court. So, what happens when a reality TV husband decides to burn the script and leak the receipts himself? Are we watching the downfall of a marriage, or the greatest revenge arc Love and Hip Hop has ever seen? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear is messier than Mimi's shower rod moment, and it's all allegedly true. Maybe. Let's not act brand new. Kirk Frost, the man who turned cheating into a storyline and emotional detachment into a full-time job, is back. And this time, he didn't just bring drama. He brought court documents, explosive screenshots, and text receipts that could end a whole relationship faster than a paternity test on live TV. And the target? Kendra. Yes, the same Kendra who's been parading around with her chin held high, judging everyone else's mess as if her own wasn't bubbling under the surface like a cheap pot of gumbo. Well, surprise. The pot overflowed. And what spilled out has everyone? Gagging. It all started in court. Not a reunion taping. Not a green screen confessional. No, a real-life court case. And Kirk wasn't there for background noise. He walked in cool as ever, clutching a manila folder like it held the 10 Commandments of truth. And baby, when he opened it, all hell broke loose. Inside were screenshots, dozens, each one messier than the last. Texts allegedly between Kendra and a man who wasn't Jock. The name was conveniently blurred out, but fans didn't need long to start guessing. And Kendra? Nowhere to be found. She was scheduled to appear, but mysteriously had an emergency. Sure, Jan. The timing couldn't be worse. This wasn't just about infidelity. It was about betrayal, manipulation, and a whole backstory that Kirk claims the cameras never caught. According to an anonymous source, yes, one of those insiders who always knows too much, Kirk's team had been sitting on this information for months, waiting for the right time to strike. And strike he did. Because right after the court session ended, guess what happened? Those screenshots magically leaked online. All of them. Posted on a burner account that fans quickly linked back to someone suspiciously close to the Frost camp. Coincidence? Please. The internet went full FBI in less than an hour, connecting dots, enhancing images, and even decoding typos. Within minutes, one detail caught everyone's eye, a nickname used in the texts. K. Not short for Kirk, but allegedly someone whose name starts with a K and rhymes with scandal. And then came the voice note. Oh yes, because Kirk didn't stop at screenshots. A voice note from Kendra herself, shaky, whispering, clearly emotional, was played in court, and the transcript leaked almost instantly. In it, Kendra says, "I shouldn't have done it. Not there. Not with him. And definitely not that night." That night? What night? And who is him? Twitter lost its mind trying to figure it out. Some say it was a former castmate. Others claim it was someone from production. And one wild theory suggested it was a record executive tied to Jock's past. Whatever the truth is, Kendra sounded like a woman unraveling, and the court heard every word. Kirk, of course, milked it. After court, he went live, shirtless, sipping dark liquor, posted up in what looked like a hotel room, and said with a grin, "That's just part one. Y'all ain't ready for what's next." And with that, chaos erupted. Every gossip blog, every Instagram T-page, every YouTube commentator with a microphone and messy spirit jumped on it like lions on a carcass. Comments flew in by the thousands. Kendra exposed like a Snapchat filter, one user wrote. Another said, "Now we know why Jock always looked stressed." But the mess wasn't over. Not even close. Because later that evening, another bombshell hit, an alleged hotel booking under Kendra's best friend's name, with the guest listed as K. Frost. Now let's do some quick math. K. Frost. Kendra plus Kirk's last name. Cute cover or dumb mistake? Either way, the dates match the timeline of the texts. And the location? The same city where Jock was filming an out-of-town episode. Suspicious doesn't even cover it. And just when the blog started speculating on how deep this rabbit hole goes, Rashida entered the chat. Quiet all day, she suddenly posted a cryptic story that read, "The truth don't need a microphone. It just walks in and shuts everybody up. No names, no shade, but everyone knew who that was aimed at. And baby, if Rashida's stepping into the conversation, you already know it's real." The streets started whispering about Kendra possibly being served a gag order to stop her from speaking publicly while the investigation plays out. Some even claim Mona Scott has demanded the footage be locked until VH1 clears legal, because if what's in those texts is true, there could be massive breach of contract issues, defamation lawsuits, and violations of caste code. But here's the thing, Kirk didn't just leak these for revenge. Sources say this was part of a bigger plan, a reset. A way to rewrite his own villain narrative by flipping the script and showing that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't the worst partner in the love and hip-hop universe after all. That maybe Kendra's halo was more like a noose, hiding all kinds of scandal behind her buttoned-up persona. And you know what? The internet ate it up. Team Kirk? Trending. Kirk was right t-shirts? Already for sale. Fans demanding a full episode called The Kendra Chronicles? It's getting wild out. Here. Because right when people thought Kirk had emptied the vault, he took it up a level and pulled out what looked like a scanned copy of a handwritten letter. And not just any letter. This wasn't a love note. This wasn't a confession of guilt. This was a plea. A page written in blue ink, full of scribbled out words, desperation dripping from every sentence. Allegedly from Kendra. The letter read, "I never wanted to hurt anyone. I did what I thought I had to. Please don't show this to Jock. You know what we had meant something to." It was signed only with an initial, but the handwriting matched. A photo from Kendra's graduation speech. Yep, the internet dug that deep. Now let's talk timing. Why would Kirk sit on a letter like that? Why now? According to insiders, Kirk had been holding onto that letter as leverage, as insurance, as the ultimate Uno reverse card if things ever spiraled out of control. And clearly, he decided now was the moment to play it. And it worked. Because once that letter hit social media, everything flipped. Jock, who had been unusually quiet up to this point, posted a black screen on his IG with one word. Wow. No caption. No explanation. Just a single word that carried the weight of 1,000 broken promises. People were in shambles. Fan pages were lighting up with theories. Did Jock already know? Was this his first time seeing the letter? Did he recognize the handwriting? But while everyone was busy decoding that drama, VH1 producers were allegedly losing their minds behind the scenes. Word is, Mona's team had already been re-editing the upcoming reunion episode, but now they were scrapping whole scenes to make room for what's being dubbed the Kendra fallout. One crew member, supposedly, said, "We've never had this much raw material. It's insane. It's real, not staged. That makes it dangerous and golden." And if you think the audience was shook, imagine being one of the cast members watching this unfold with zero clue what was coming. Spice allegedly DM'd a fan account asking, "Wait, is this real?" Even Erica Mina reposted a meme that read, "Y'all dragged me and meanwhile Kendra was on demon time in the shadows." The shade was contagious. Then, out of nowhere, a 13-second clip surfaced. Grainy footage from backstage at last season's reunion. You can barely make out faces, but the voices are unmistakable. Kendra's saying, "I told you to delete that." And a man, people believe it's Kirk, replies, "I don't delete leverage." That line alone turned into a trending quote across Twitter. "I don't delete leverage." Chilling, calculated. And exactly the energy Kirk's been moving with since this whole scandal erupted. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Enter Kendra's ex, a man we'll call Jay, who popped up on a podcast claiming he dated Kendra before Jock and that their relationship never really ended. Oh, now we've entered fan fiction territory. Jay said, "We had an understanding. I respected her public image, but we stayed close, real close." He claimed he never meant for things to get messy, but once he saw his name getting floated, in comment sections he felt the need to speak out. Now whether Jay is telling the truth or just chasing clout is still up for debate, but the receipts he showed, a blurry pic with Kendra in what appears to be her kitchen, time-stamped from last fall, got people talking. And what did Jock do? He unfollowed Kendra. That's right, silent but deadly. Within an hour, fans noticed he scrubbed all photos of her from his grid, unfollowed her account, and then posted a quote that said, "Sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie." Boom. Mic drop. People were shook. Meanwhile, Kendra stayed quiet, but her best friend posted a tweet that had everyone raising their eyebrows. People will believe whatever's loudest, not what's real. Cute, but that only made people dig deeper, and that's when the real bomb went off. A new batch of screenshots leaked, this time showing what appears to be a group chat between several cast members discussing keeping things under wraps. One message from someone labeled K says, "Delete everything. Mona will shut down if this leaks." Another reads, "He said he won't talk if we stay quiet." Now listen, if this is real, it's not just a scandal, it's a coordinated cover-up. And fans aren't having it. TikTok detectives were out in full force, matching writing styles, message patterns, even comparing phone layouts to see who sent what. It's giving conspiracy theory and courtroom drama at the same time. And then the final straw, Jock's sister, yes, his actual blood relative, went live on Facebook. She didn't name names, but she made it very clear she was disappointed. Someone could smile in our faces while lying through their teeth. That live went viral within hours. And the kicker? Kirk reposted it with a fire emoji. So now we're not just in messy territory. We're in scorched earth territory. Producers are allegedly scrambling. VH1's legal team has gotten involved. There are rumors of cease and desist letters being sent out, contracts being reviewed for breach clauses, and even whispers of footage being permanently shelved. And you know what that means? When reality TV crosses into real-life legal mess? That's when people start turning on each other. Insiders say the cast group chat is pure chaos. Jock hasn't spoken to Kendra in days. Kirk is refusing to film until he gets executive producer credit. And Mona? Word is she's considering a full sit-down special hosted by someone outside the franchise just to contain the fire. This isn't just a scandal, it's a turning point. One cast member reportedly said, "This was supposed to be about music and love stories. Now it's turning into true crime." But hold on, because the part that really has jaws on the floor? The rumor that Kendra may be under investigation for falsifying production details during filming. That's right. Leaked emails allegedly show her requesting edits, hiding timelines, and even threatening to pull out of scenes if her personal matters weren't protected. If true, that's a breach. And in this world, breach means consequences, like being cut from the show, like losing brand deals, like real lawsuits. And as we head into what insiders call the final phase of this madness, there's only one thing left to ask. What else is hiding in Kirk's little folder? Because if this was just the middle of the story, then what's coming next might just be unrecoverable. Because just when you thought Kirk's little folder couldn't possibly hold more chaos, more receipts, more career-ending nuclear files, boom, the final drop hit the internet like a sledgehammer to a glass house. A hidden voice memo. Yes, a voice memo, the digital equivalent of a loaded weapon in this saga. The clip, allegedly sent by Kendra to a close friend, was short but devastating. In the recording, you can hear her whispering in a panicked voice, "I never thought it would come out. I told him it was over, but it wasn't." She doesn't name names, but that didn't stop the internet. Comment sections exploded with speculation. Who's him? Jock? Kirk? The mysterious ex-Jay? Or someone entirely different? A few super sleuths pointed out background noise in the memo matched a known production trailer from a Love and Hip Hop taping, meaning this wasn't a random voicemail. This was recorded on set. So now the questions are piling up like scandal on scandal. Was Kendra actively lying to producers? Was this an emotional affair turned physical? Or worse, was this all part of a larger manipulation game she was playing? Behind the scenes? And while the internet was still reeling from that bomb, Kirk once again took to Instagram with another move straight out of the Petty Hall of Fame. He posted a photo of his laptop, blurred except for one folder title: Kendra Insurance Final. The caption? "Y'all really thought I wouldn't back it up twice?" The man is unhinged, organized, and terrifyingly prepared. He's not dropping these files for drama. He's declaring war, and this war ain't just between cast members, it's spilling over into legal territory. Sources close to VH1 say execs are now reviewing whether Kendra's behavior violated her talent contract, specifically the clauses around misrepresentation of storyline and interference with production. That's not small stuff. That's breach of contract level serious. If proven, it could cost her not just this season, but her entire spot on the franchise. And just when people were beginning to feel bad for her, like maybe this was all a misunderstanding, Jock's assistant entered the chat with a Facebook post so savage it made even Kirk back off for a minute. In it, the assistant claimed she once walked in on Kendra crying backstage after a reunion shoot, sobbing, makeup ruined, talking on the phone to someone named Rico and saying they can't find out. Please don't post anything. Rico. Another name, another ghost in the machine. Now, whether Rico is real or just a code name is still unknown, but one thing is crystal clear. Kendra had more going on than just a storyline with Jock. And then, the real twist. An anonymous tip sent to a gossip blog included what looked like legal documents, draft subpoenas, potentially filed to demand footage from Love and Hip Hop production to be released in court. It's not confirmed, but if real, this isn't just a reality TV scandal anymore. This is courtroom evidence. Allegedly, Jock is now working with a lawyer to protect his assets, fearing that whatever unfolds next could impact not just his image, but his finances. He apparently never signed a prenup, and with Kendra's name on several business ventures tied to him, this situation just turned from messy to financially dangerous. Meanwhile, brands are backing away faster than cast members from a reunion. Brawl. A wellness company that once had Kendra as a brand ambassador has wiped her entire page. Her IG comments are off. Engagement is down by nearly 70%. Influencer pages that used to tag her for girl boss inspiration are now quoting Kirk's folder captions instead. And Mona? Rumor is she's loving every minute. One insider claims she's preparing a 3-part special. Yes, a whole trilogy, just on the Kendra files. Uncut interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and never-before-seen confessionals. One production team member was overheard saying, "This could be our Scandoval. If you know, you know." And still, Kendra remains mostly silent. Her last post was a black square. No caption, just silence. Or maybe, just maybe, this was all part of Kirk's master plan to burn the whole house down with everyone still inside. Either way, the fallout is irreversible. Trusts have been shattered, reputations obliterated, and according to sources, production is now requiring all cast members to sign additional NDAs and conduct crisis meetings before reunion tapings to avoid legal blowback. Meanwhile, Kirk is now being hailed as either a villainous genius or a bitter ex with receipts and too much time on his hands. One insider hinted at a deleted scene from last season that could destroy everything, but the footage was shelved after Kendra allegedly begged producers to bury it. Now that the floodgates are open, people are demanding to see it. Twitter is a mess. Reddit threads are breaking down every piece of leaked content like a crime scene. TikTokers are doing lip reading on the backstage video. YouTube commentary channels are cashing in with daily updates. Her management team is said to be in damage control mode. But can you recover from this? When your name is attached to voice memos, shady emails, blurred receipts, and handwritten pleas to keep things secret? When even the cast that once defended you starts posting shady quotes and liking your enemy's posts, it's giving unrecoverable. It's giving villain origin story. But the real question isn't what happens to Kendra, it's what Kirk does next. Because if he's still holding on to more receipts, more videos, more messages, then what we've seen so far might just be the appetizer. And the main course might burn the entire franchise to the ground. So now the question is, what's next? Is Kirk Frost sitting on even more bombshells, just waiting for the perfect moment to light the next match? Is Kendra hiding behind that silence because she's guilty, or because she's scared of what else he might unleash? And are we about to witness the first time a reality TV scandal actually sends someone to court, not just for ratings, but for real? Because let's be clear, this is no longer just a messy breakup. This is war, reputation war, legal war, social media war, and we're all just watching it unfold one leaked receipt at a time. So you tell me, who's the real villain? Here, Kirk for exposing it all, or Kendra for doing the dirt and hoping no one would ever find out? Either way, one thing's for sure, this saga is far from over. And if you think this was wild, just wait until the next drop hits. Because if Kirk's track record means anything, he's not done yet. Oh no, he's just warming up. So do yourself a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, because the moment that next leak goes live, you already know we're breaking it down frame by frame. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Kendra's innocent? Or is she playing the long con? Is Kirk being petty, or is he just finally telling the truth? Either way, don't blink, don't scroll, because the next file might just change everything. And trust me, when it drops, you'll want front row seats.